Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight we are trying another beer that we've reviewed in past years from Troegs Brewing Company. This is their Nimble Giant. It comes in a 4-pack. It's a once a year one hitter that last year was just absolutely killer. It's 9% ABV, 9% ABV, 69 IBUs. They use Azacca, Mosaic, and Simcoe hops. And it's got this grapefruit pineapple double IPA backbone to it that's just killer. At least it was last year. So this is the 2018 version. It comes in a 4-pack in these black cans. You cannot miss them. They're around $14 to $15 for the 4-pack. And I have already... They just hit the shelves last week. I purchased 2 4-packs, and I have restrained myself from having these before I reviewed this year's selection. Now, I don't do this very often, but there's certain beers that I hold at high regard, certain breweries I hold at high regards, that I can already smell it, that do things really well and do things really consistent. Now, that doesn't mean that they do all of their beers very consistent, and I'll pick on Stone, for example. They're enjoyed by when it only came in the big bottles, and each location only got 20, and you had to be there when it came off the truck. That beer was insanely good. I don't buy it anymore. I think it's lost its value, it's lost its consistency because of how much they produce. So I'm picking on them a little bit, but at the same time, I realize how hard it is to do when now you're making much larger batches and also at different locations with different materials. So I have high hopes. This is my favorite Troegs beer, at least it was last year. Looks just like it did. It's got a nice kind of yellowish background, perfectly filtered, a little bit of a foamy head on it. Definitely laces the glass with some serious legs on it. This is what I remember though. The aroma is still there. You can smell the Azacca hops in there. If you've ever had the Founders Azacca, you can get them in there. But what's cool about this beer is the Mosaic hops just bounce right in the background, and the pineapple, the grapefruit, a little bit of lemon. It's got this very well balanced mixture concoction here. It smells insanely fresh. And I did look on the bottom. Well, you can't even read it. It's smudged. But I mean, this is one of those beers, if you can get fresh, I highly recommend it. So this beer, where I live, I'm going to guess is less than 3 weeks old. It just hit the shelf last week, and I can't take it any longer. Cheers. Let's see what we have for 2018. That is so good. I mean, it's at least as good as it was last year, if not better. It's got this really crisp, multiple hop blend that just slathers your palate. It's fresh. You can taste the Mosaic hops. You can get a lot of that pineapple. There's a little bit of grassy notes to it, but it's subtle. It's got this beer. The reason I like this beer so much isn't necessarily the ingredients, it's the balance. Everything complements each other perfectly. The fruit, in the front of the palate, the fresh hops, the mixture of the hops, the aftertaste is insane. I mean, it's one of those beers, yeah, you're gonna smell like a hop an hour later, maybe even the next morning, just because of just the richness of it. But it's an absolutely killer beer, the way it's brewed. And again, for the price point, for $14 for a 4-pack, at least in our area where a lot of the beers are coming out of Asheville, North Carolina in 4-packs at like $16, $17, $18, $22 per 4-pack, this is a steal compared to some of those. I rate my beers between 1 and 5. This, again, will be in my top 10 of 2018 unless for some reason something else comes out and kicks it off. But this is an absolutely insanely good beer for the price. I can't say enough about it. It's consistent. It's only once a year. I'm glad it's only once a year, because this is something that I would stock in at 9% ABV, 69% IBUs. That's not what you want to stock in your fridge all year long, if you know what I'm saying. So, you have my opinion. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. It's going to be on my top 10. It's a killer beer. It's worth the money. And how they're selling it at $14 for the 4-pack with all that goodness jammed in that can is beyond me, but God bless them. So if you've tried it this year, let me know what you think about the old Nimble Giant. We upload all the time. We appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we will see you again real soon. Cheers.